Greetings YouTube and welcome to my next weapons build. Recently my friend Skal made a Husite flail. And a Husite flail is a particular type of polearm. It's very long. The illustrations that there are available sometimes show shafts that may have been like 8-9 feet long. I believe that Skal's is a little bit taller than him, and I think he's like 5'10" or a little bit like right about that. So it's about 6 foot, I guess. And the one I'm going to make is also going to be 6 feet. But he made his out of wood because he was kind of going for a semi-historical vibe. And the striking head on his is about 1 foot long, and it was wood with steel straps on it for reinforcement to make it a little bit heavier. So I was going to do my classic Wasteland vibe. I'm into post-apocalyptic games. So what am I going to do? Well, first I'm going to use this piece of tubing. Now this piece of tubing is for the top of a chain link fence. You know, the 3-foot high chain link fence you see all across America, little diamond pattern chains. This is the railing that goes at the top of it, and that's why there's a swedge on this end, because this is designed to fit into the next one. It's 10 feet long, and I think it ran about 13 bucks. And I'm going to cut out a 6-foot length. I'm not going to use the swedge at this time. I'll save that 4-foot length for another build of some variety. So that's going to be my shaft. So I'm not going to have to do anything to it. Now, he did have, like I said, he had some structural integrity issues at the end where the chain connected, and the chain connecting the shaft to the striking head. And the chains on these are short. They're like 3 or 4 links, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be using this chain right here, which is, I like this stuff. It's good quality, it's welded, it's a nice chain. I'm only going to need like 4 links of it. And this is going to be my striking head. Now I think this thing might have been part of a steering, the shaft on a motorcycle, like maybe for the front tire. I'm not positive. It's chrome, it's heavier than hell, and I'm going to use it just like it is. I don't need to add anything to this. This thing is wicked heavy. It is going to hit like a train. The problem is I have no idea what it's made out of. So I got no clue how easy or hard it's going to be to drill 2 holes through this, because I need to drill 2 holes. I drill a hole right through here, but 1 hole all the way through, so 2 holes through the wall, and that's going to be how I'm going to. I'm going to put the chain in like that with a bolt, and that's going to hold it in, and I'll do the same at the other side, and then we'll be done. So this particular version of it is going to be very simple if I can drill this thing. I don't know if I can drill this thing. We're going to find that out. It could be a challenge. I say version because I would like to build more than 1 striking head, and I've already purchased some of the materials I need. I think I may have all the materials I need for another striking head, and it'll be very easy to swap these striking heads out because I'm going to use bolts to hold the striking heads to the chain, or the chain through the body. I may make new pieces of chain. I may reuse the same chain. I haven't decided yet. So this will afford me a rapid change out from one style of head to another. And this is going to end up with a very sleek look, even though it is still a Wasteland vibe. I'm repurposing found items, and this is a literally found piece. I found this piece of tubing here by the roadside. Somebody was just giving away some steel by the side of the road, and I found it on Craigslist, and I went and hoarded it. I went and grabbed it because I love steel. I got it, need it for my projects. And this, I think I paid for like $2 or $3 for a piece of chain, and I've already used a bunch of it for other projects. So I've gotten my money's out of that one. And this would be very easy to acquire in a post-apocalyptic setting because, again, the top of a chain link fence. They're everywhere. It is a ubiquitous resource in a post-apocalyptic vibe or scenario. So cut that piece of tubing. That tubing will be easy to drill, I think. That's not designed to be heavy duty. So I should have no problem drilling that. That one's going to be the mystery right there. So first off, get myself suited up with some safety glasses and hearing protection and my apron and stuff so I can start cutting stuff because I'll be throwing sparks. Woohoo! And when I get the components ready for assembly, that's when I should be coming back. If I can drill that tube. That's the mystery. Well, this one's all done. Cut and drilled. Now over here, I figured out how to clamp it, because I really need to hold this down, because I don't know how well this is going to go. So it's clamped, and I'm now ready to give it a shot, and we're going to see if this works. This could be very messy. This could just not work. Or I may have to drill this by hand with the hand drill, which will be very, very slow, I predict. We're going to see. I'm too tired to go back to the hardware store today, so if I can't get these holes drilled, this project's going to come to a screeching halt until next week. So let's wish me luck. I'm going to start drilling and see how tough this steel is, because it's really heavy. It may be heavy, but thank the gods it's soft. So I was able to get through this without too much difficulty. So now I need to roll it over and do the other side so that I can get a through hole. Because at the moment, I only got one side done. But just I started it, put some oil on there, and I was able to finally get it to go nice and slow. And you can see the size of these chips. I did have to go fairly slow, and it went through. I'm very thankful for that. So maybe this is a fork tube. I'm not sure. Fork tube. I'm not positive. Maybe they don't have to be hard. I guess, yeah, it kind of makes sense. You wouldn't want them to be hard. You want them to bend, not break. That makes sense. Forks would probably want to be on the softer side. So all the components are now prepared. The two holes in this, I've got this 1/4-20, which is going to go through here. I'm going to have to cut that one off. It's going to be too long. This one is just long enough to fit through the shaft. And I actually went with 5 lengths because I am going to be burying 2 of them, inside. So they're not really going to be doing a whole lot. They're going to be partly obscured. So I went with 5. So it's still not going to make it overly long because this was not meant to be an overly long chain on this particular design. Oh, I grabbed one that's got a built-in washer. I like that. So I'm really happy with this very simple build. So now it's going to be to put it together, then I'll show you it, and then I'll go take some stills. And again, I do have some plans for some future heads that will go on the same shaft. And I'm probably just going to reuse the chain. I mean, why not? I mean, no reason to cut more of it up. But yeah, this stuff cuts really nice with a cut-off wheel for a angle grinder. I love my angle grinder. If anyone watching this, you folks don't have an angle grinder, go get one. They're well worth your time. There we go. One completed Wasteland Great Flail, or a Wasteland Hussite Flail. You want to look at it that way. So it's got a short chain, big heavy head. This thing is solid. It's going to hit like a truck. So now I take this outside and get some shots. And I may actually cut new chain because when I cut that off, I screwed up the bolt a little, had the nut in it a little, and I had to polish it off. So I don't know if I'll be able to get that off easily. So I may just cut some new chain. The chain was cheap, Like I said, best laid plans of mice and men, or in this case, mad scientists in their basement coming up with Wasteland post-apocalyptic themed weapons for no apparent good reason. I mean, to be honest, I don't need this thing, but it is darn cool. And I believe this is, now that I thought about it, the more I think about it, this probably is some kind of a fork for a motorcycle. Big, heavy, soft. It would make sense. So yeah, I'm quite happy with this. And I'll be able to reuse that shaft so I can use other, like I said, I can make other heads. And I have, like I said, I already have the supplies to make one other design. And I have a third design kicking around in my brain that I may do as well. Alrighty, thank you for being here, folks. I appreciate it. Please stop by my DeviantArt to get to see the stills of this. If you ever want to have a reference or you want to share this with your friends, say, I saw this crazy dude makes weapons. Here's what he makes. I do appreciate that. So thanks, and I hope you'll be here for the next build.